Hello everyone, welcome back to Genshin Impact. So in today's video we are going to be continuing the Inazuma Archon quest. So I have been having troubles with
leave already? Maybe
connection.
she went back to her ship.
So
if you're looking for the captain,
I'm just gonna
she was summoned by
apologize
Lady
if
Ningguang.
anything happens.
It seems that the Crux clash got out of hand this time and has attracted her attention. Captain Beidou was muttering something about Ningguang being a stick in the mud as she headed off to Liyue Harbor.
It's not unusual for those two to be at odds with one another.
But still, Captain Beidou was disappointed she didn't get to witness the crowning of the new champion. She had been looking forward to it for quite some time.
The one who stole the vision was originally to be this hero's opponent in the final round. He knew he stood no chance of winning the match, thus the wicked idea of stealing the prize took hold in his mind. In which case, the Crux clash comes to a clear-cut conclusion.
Huh? So that's what happened? If that's the case, then the rules stipulate that he is disqualified, and our hero here is the champion.
Paimon thought we'd win and all, but not like this.
It doesn't matter. As the saying goes, honor given is honor deserved. Now, let me go prepare the champion's medal to award you.
So, will we be able to travel to Inazuma now?
Yes, I believe so. Though Captain Beidou is no longer present here, I'll be sure she receives word of it. She is a woman of her word. But the voyage to Inazuma is a treacherous one. You will be plagued by a perpetual tempest the entire trip. In fact, the relentless rain and wind are also an embodiment of the Raiden Shogun's will to close the nation.
Hold on a second. You're saying she can change the weather just with the power of her mind?
Let us not forget that this is one of the 7 archons. If Liyue's Morax could form Guyun's stone forest by casting down his stone spears, then it should come as no great surprise that the Raiden Shogun is capable of summoning an eternal tempest. Suffice it to say that if you wish to journey to Inazuma, the Alcor will need some time. In the meantime, I intend to embark on a journey of my own. I will travel all across the vast lands of Liyue in the hope of finding a way to reawaken the vision.
Paimon believes you'll find a way for sure.
Thank you. May both our journeys prove meaningful. One final word of warning. The part of your journey that lies after the storm may well prove to be the most arduous.
Well, technically this is part of the prologue of the Archon quest, but I'm still going to consider it because it is still technically part of the quest. So I'm still going to include it in the playlist, which is going to be the last one I'll need to make before I'm caught up. Well, I wouldn't say caught up, but the last one I'll need to make for this. For like replaying anyone's, because I've already done the entire Sumeru Archon quest, which I didn't know anything about.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. What can I do for you, traveler?
About traveling to Inazuma.
Ah, yes. I've heard that you've already made arrangements with the captain of the Crux fleet regarding your passage to Inazuma. Is that correct? Now that I think about it, it's been quite some time since I last visited those lands. Unfortunately, I don't have any current intel that would be worth sharing with you.
There you are. You're the traveler that Beidou will be taking to Inazuma, right?
I've been waiting all day for you.
Oh, is that right? Well, it's an honor to meet you. The fleet is nearly completed reprovisioning. Once the crews have taken a head count, we can get underway. Captain Beidou sent me to come get you. We'll weigh anchor as soon as you're aboard.
Seems Beidou is the captain of her word.
Of course! There are many things that the captain insists upon. I'm sure you'll see for yourself once you're on board.
So you'll be heading off then? I suppose congratulations are in order. Whether the journey before you leads to the heights of the heavens or the depths of the abyss, each step you take is another achievement. Until we meet again. Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Ad Astra Abyssosk, Catherine.
Oh, to say goodbye now. We practically see each other every day.
Well, if that's how you feel, why not come and find me when you arrive? I'll be awaiting you on Narukami Island.
I knew it.
So there's another Catherine in Inazuma?
This face.
See? There's no need to get all sappy now.
Well, I guess it's time for you to bid farewell to Liyue Harbor. Now that I've delivered my message, I'll be heading back. The ship is currently anchored off of Guyun Stone Forest.
Okay, thanks for coming all this way to let us know.
Just following orders. I'll see you two aboard the Alcor.
Okay, so we're about to head off. Which is actually going to be pretty good because, you know, I'll now have access to every land in the game. Which, I'm not going to really say much about it, but I need to get to Inazuma in order to level up Shinha.
Ah, you finally made it.
I need some
All
boss
these
stuff.
years, come rain or storm, the Crux fleet has never suffered a delay. If it were anyone else, I might have set sail already.
It's an honor to be aboard.
Don't look too serious, I'm only joking. You're just on time. The crew have just finished making final preparations. Well, now that everyone's here, we set sail for the land engulfed by storm and tempest. The nation of eternity.
Anchors away!
Ahoy there. So, you finally made it. You sure kept me waiting, Captain. And it appears we have a couple of stowaways. Or perhaps I should say, honored guests.
Shush!
You can blame your almighty Shogun. The tempests around Inazuma have been growing all the more fierce lately. Though the fleet was fully up to the challenge, the inclement weather still caused some delay. Now then, let me introduce everyone. This is Toma, a trade partner that I've gotten to know recently.
You don't know how long I've been waiting to see you.
Toma, these two are...
Oh, no need for introductions. Their reputation precedes them. Seems even the stormy seas can't keep rumors of these outlanders' sterling deeds at bay.
Nice to meet you, Toma.
Oh, it's sure nice to hear you say that.
With any luck, it'll give you a head start here. Toma's resided on Rito for quite some time now. It wouldn't be going too far to say he's the fixer around these parts. If you run into any problems here, just talk to Toma. But if he tries to pull any moves on you, I'll be sure to deal with him personally the next time I'm around.
No need to worry. I'm sure we'll get along just fine.
Good. Then if it's all settled, I'll be going. I wouldn't want to be caught with my sails down here. I do have a wanted fugitive on board after all.
Oh, right. Kazuha.
Until next time, traveler. Remember to give it your all, no matter what perilous storms you may encounter.
We got this.
Fair seas, Captain Beto.
Whoops.
Now then, first things first. We need to go get you registered at the border checkpoint.
Paimon thought we were supposed to be keeping things on the down low. Are we just gonna walk into the government's hands?
Don't underestimate the reaches of the Sakoku Decree. You wouldn't be able to avoid inspection even if you tried. So we have to play by the rules, even if we're kind of bending them.
Now I'm feeling a bit nervous. In fact, there's actually, you can't really do anything in Inazuma until you complete the quest Escape from Rito. Because, I realize, side note, I never take these at the right time. Because it's always another time of day. But anyways, you can't do anything here until you complete Escape from Rito. Which, mostly because if you try to leave through any other part, basically you'll just get, it'll respawn you back in here. The game won't let you leave this area until you complete it. Well, you can leave Inazuma, but you can't get
Please
past.
state your name, identity, and the purpose of your visit. Oh, except you, Toma. You must be new here. Excuse me? Please provide the information requested and also declare any goods you are carrying with you.
We're here to find my brother.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. We cannot approve entry for purely personal reasons. So, unless you have a valid reason for visiting in accordance with the rules... My apologies, but I'll have to ask you to...
Here are the entry papers for your kind perusal.
What? Take your time. No rush or anything.
I just wanted to see what you'd say.
I see. Okay. Your papers are all in order. Welcome to Rito.
So, where do we go next?
The Outlander Affairs Agency. They only check entry permits here. If you want to remain on Rito, there's a process you have to go through with them.
Sheesh. So it is super strict, just like everyone says.
Well, let's not forget that to everyday folk in Inazuma, people from everywhere else are referred to as outsiders. As the word suggests, Outlanders aren't very welcome in Inazuma with the Sakoku Decree in force. Not even on Rito, where they've established an outsider settlement.
My journey must go on.
I like how you think. I've got a feeling we're going to get along very well. Now, let's head over to the Outlander Affairs Agency. Most of the current rules were put in place by the administration of Rito, the Kanjo Commission.
The Kanjo Commission?
Yes, one branch of the Tri-Commission of Inazuma, responsible for growing and managing the nation's wealth. You really haven't heard of it before?
Unleash! You've completed the entry procedures, yes? And now you want to apply for residency? Both of you?
Yes, please.
Okay, the processing fee will be 2 million mora.
2 million? For a processing fee? Are you serious?
That's right. 1 million per applicant, which makes 2 million total. Don't worry, you can trust my math.
Paimon wasn't so much questioning your math as...
Ma'am, these two here are good friends of mine. I think you'll find I'm one face you recognize.
Ah, Mr. Toma, it's you. By way of courtesy, allow me to reduce it to
400,000 mora total.
That is a major discount.
Thank you ever so much, Miss Eureka. But as this is just a processing fee, I think 600 mora should cover it if I'm paying on their behalf. I'll treat you to dinner too. How does that sound?
That's not how you haggle! By all means, bargain the price down, but...
All right then, as you wish, Mr. Toma. I will make a record.
Much obliged.
What? She went from 2 million down to 600? There's something seriously wrong with people's sense of finance around here!
I think it's more, I think it's about more than Mora.
It's not as mind-boggling as you think. A processing fee is just a figure of speech. The way some here at the agency see it, the fees are easy money, so it becomes a question of how much they can make. So when the day comes that some poor merchant from overseas with more money than sense gets stuck here and needs to apply for residency...
Then they'll milk them for all they're worth!
Exactly. It's at times like this that having a local friend really comes in handy.
Doesn't anyone push back?
Yes, but when you're an outlander in Inazuma, far from home in this closed nation era, there's very little that can be done about it. The most that overseas merchants can do to look after themselves is stick together. That's how the International Trade Association came about.
So it's a trade association built by and for Outlanders?
Yep. And as well as advancing commercial interests, the association provides help, support, and structure for Outlanders trying to survive on Rito. Essentially, it's an association devoted to both commercial excellence and survival skills.
So wouldn't Outlander ever get to meet? So how would an Outlander even get to meet?
Sounds like just staying alive is an achievement when you're an Outlander in Inazuma.
I see. So this is the real purpose of your trip. Yes, given that you are Outlanders, it's certainly a lofty aspiration. After all, the Raiden Shogun is the most exalted and revered one in all of Inazuma. She is a deity who reigns on high, while all other life gazes up in awe.
I'll still find a way.
I was going to say nothing is set in stone when it comes to who you will encounter in this world. Who's to say you won't happen to run into the Raiden Shogun one day after lunch?
Uh-huh. And is that likely?
Okay, I'll give it to you straight. I know of a way to introduce you to the Raiden Shogun.
Really? Wow, the Rito Fixer is better connected than we thought.
I mean, it will take all the resources I have at my disposal, but it can be done. However, before we get there, connections come at a high price, you understand?
Not you too.
No. In this instance, when I say price, I'm not talking about Mora. In fact, there's no real cost as such. It's just that if this is something you really want, you'll have to agree to help other people solve some of their problems first. I like to do things in a way that keeps everybody happy. It's my own personal rule for dealing with situations like this.
Sounds very reasonable to Paimon. You're the man in the middle, so you have to trade favors to keep everyone indebted to you.
So, what's the job?
Why do I get the feeling you're making me out to be some sort of crook? Never mind. Here's the situation. As I touched upon earlier, the members of the International Trade Association are constantly struggling to survive. Recently, things seem to have gotten more difficult than ever for them, so just go and check things out. See if there's any way you can help. The head of the association is called Caricio, and he's a good friend of mine. Go talk to him. I'll wait for you here.
Huh? Hello there. You must be seeking refuge with the International Trade Association. The Outlander Affairs Agency took you for all you're worth, I suppose.
Luckily, we had a friend with us.
Good. That's a relief. You need to be careful, or you'll find yourself losing your savings all at once.
We heard the association has been having some difficulties lately. Is that true?
Yes. Left, right, and center. Obstacles at every turn. But that's nothing new for us.
The Sakoku decree certainly makes things difficult for anyone who wants to come here from overseas.
But it's not the root cause of our woes. The Sakoku decree might restrict our scope of activity, but in and of itself, it doesn't stop us from being able to enjoy a comfortable existence. No. What's really squeezing us Outlander merchants dry is those Mora grubbers from the Kanjo Commission.
Oh, of the 3 commissions, that's the one that oversees everything on retail, isn't it?
That's right. They impose astronomical tax rate, unbelievable regulations, and that's not the worst of it. They just issued a new tax decree recently that, for some reason, completely changes the way we pay our taxes. It used to be Mora, but now it's something called Crystal Marrow.
Crystal Marrow? What's that?
Something that most of us in the association had never heard of before either, until the new decree came along. Eventually, one of the older Liyue merchants recalled that he once shipped a batch of it to Snezhnaya in his youth. So, in order to pay our taxes, we began an arduous search for this Crystal Marrow. But then we found we'd only managed to create a bigger problem for ourselves. The rising demand for Crystal Marrow drove the price higher and higher. Now there's only one vendor who even has it in stock. We can't get a hold of it anywhere else.
Isn't that what they call a monopoly?
Exactly. So this vendor keeps pushing the price up, and we have no choice but to buy from them because the tax decree forces us to. It's a vicious cycle. The consequence of which is that our taxes will soon exceed our profits. And once that happens...
This is abusive treatment.
We've tried communicating with the Commission directly. But this is a nation where the cries of a few struggling merchants will never be heard over the ever-present roar of thunder. Fontaine, my dear homeland. I miss you an awful lot at the moment.
Sounds awful. They're really bleeding them dry. What do you think we should do?
Try our best to negotiate with the Kanjo Commission.
But Carisu's the head of the association, and even he hasn't had any luck. Not to mention, we're Outlanders too.
Right. And besides, I think this may well be the fate they've ordained for us.
Okay. Well, we could try tackling the problem by going to the other party involved.
That vendor. I've actually done business with him in the past, but after a point he stopped contacting us. I have no idea where he sources the stuff.
Well, it definitely sounds like he's being unfair. How do we find him? We could go talk to him and see if he lets anything slip.
Hey, that's a pretty good idea. Since you're not affiliated with the association and you're new to Rito, he may just let his guard down. If I remember correctly, our usual meeting point with him is under a tree by the coast in the residential district. See if you can find him there.
Got it! We're on the case!
Which one should I choose?
Obey!
Squall and Fury!
Huh? I don't think I recognize you. Are you new arrivals?
Yes, we just arrived.
So, what do you need with me?
Where do you source your goods?
The sheer nerve. You don't go around asking questions like that. If I gave you my sources, I might as well hand you the whole darn business. Trade secret, got it? You know what trade and secret mean, right?
This guy's got a bad attitude.
Can you reduce your prices?
Ha! Are you even buying? Oh, I see what's going on here. Karisu and his associates sent you here to try and plead their case, didn't they? They're wasting their time. The price is non-negotiable, not by a single Mora.
Hey, what's your problem?
Get out of here, go on. Tell them they're lucky to be buying from me in the first place, and they ought to be more grateful. If it weren't for me, they'd be in seriously hot water.
What are we gonna do? There's no talking to this guy.
Let's go talk to
Good
Toma.
idea. Let's check back in with him.
Too slow. hole!
That was quick. You resolved it already?
Actually, we're having a little trouble.
We're going to have... Sorry. You're going to have to help us help you.
Oh? Well, by all means, tell me what you need. I'll help as much as I can. Getting you to go fixing things when you've only just arrived is quite a demand.
What do you know about Warren?
Oh, that guy? I'm familiar. He used to be a bit of a sorry sight, selling shells that he'd collect on the beach just to get by. But he seems to have suddenly shot up in the world recently. I can only assume he must have found himself a patron after leaving the International Trade Association.
Huh. You're saying he used to be a member of the International Trade Association? So he's an Outlander too?
Yes. Couldn't you tell when you spoke to him?
Seems like a Mondstadter to me.
That's right. Werner was born in Mondstadt, then went into the shipping business, trading between Lea and Inazuma. When Inazuma closed to the outside world, he was one of a group of Outlanders that ended up stranded on Rito.
Huh. What a bummer.
The International Trade Association was initially very generous to him, but over time, with decree after decree, the association members found it increasingly difficult to make ends meet.
So he left the association and turned his back on them.
I'm sure it's more nuanced than that. I believe even the most ungrateful and cold-hearted of people still have some amount of gratitude and warmth left in them somewhere.
Got it.
Really? Is that all you need to know?
Well then, it sounds like you may have found a way in with him.
Too slow.
What are you doing back here? Just because I got plenty of time on my hands doesn't mean I want to waste any of it talking to you.
Sorry. Time's on your hands. So, what you call... Sorry. Some would call that from...
Huh? Where's this coming from?
A dandelion wine would sure be nice on a day like this.
Mondstadt? You were talking about Mondstadt. Goodness, I can sense it now. So familiar, but I can't remember the last time I was there. The scent of Mondstadt. Oh, how it takes me back.
May the Animo God protect you.
Ah, my hometown, the home of freedom. How I long to go back and visit.
It's working!
So, trying to play my heartstrings like a liar, are you? I know what you're up to.
Close your eyes.
Huh? What is this? What are you up to now?
Just close your eyes already!
Listen closely. Doesn't it sound familiar?
You mean the sound of the ocean?
Oh my god. This is the line that, the one merchant always yells whenever you run by.
Lea Harbor. I can see it so clearly. Oh, and the sound of the waves. The calls of the merchants.
And it never be extinguished.
Xiao lanterns. I'm right there at the lantern right. Oh, look at them floating up into the sky.
This guy has a really active imagination. Either that or he really does miss Liyue Harbor.
Liyue. Wait. Stop. That's enough. Don't make me relive it anymore. My poor heart can't take it.
A lot of people have supported you in the past.
You mean the folks from the International Trade Association? And I suppose they are far from home, just like me. Often, I'll sneak down to the shore at night and listen to the sound of the waves. I like to imagine it's the voice of my hometown. carried across the ocean. I've run into folks from the association more than a few times doing just that, but I always hide my face and slip away. Don't you think I've wanted to talk things through with them and free myself from this anguish?
Well, no one's stopping you, so...
They're so resilient. None of them had anyone else to rely on, so they rallied together, committed to finding a way to survive. But I couldn't do it. I'm not strong enough. So I caved. Those people, they'd make the smallest of promises, offer the most measly benefits, and I'd do whatever they asked of me. And make Mondstadters look like the worst people in the world.
Who are those people?
All right, I'll tell you the whole story. It's eating me up inside, and I can't take it anymore.
You ready to talk now?
The International Trade Association will protect you.
But I betrayed them. I can't show my face there.
Come on, you scaredy cat. Look, you messed up, but now it's time to make things right. So come on, get it off your chest. What's the deal here?
It's a scheme by the tax collection Ashigaru, Keijiro and his companions. They start by overtaxing the merchants, then take the extra crystal marrow they receive and stockpile it. Once the merchants run out of places to buy crystal marrow, they get me to sell that extra stock back to the merchants at an extortionate price, with the proceeds going to the tax collection Ashigaru.
It's plain evil gouging them like this.
I'm their puppet, yes. But my cut is a tiny fraction of what we take in total. It's barely enough for me to live on.
We need evidence.
Evidence? You're right. Without conclusive evidence, he will never admit it. Now that I think about it, whenever I report back to him after a sale, he always heads to the same place. It's always made me suspicious. As it happens, I handed some Mora over to him not long ago. I can show you where he went if you want.
Really? Well, then there's no time to lose. Let's go.
The moon rises. Too slow.
Keijiro! It's him!
After him!
Oh, it's a part where I need to sneak around. So basically...
Get further and further away! Let's catch up a little.
So I basically just need to stay far enough out of his sight.
Sorry. Think about it. Should I close early? Which one should I? It's not like I'll get any customers.
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
All the better thanks to your generous patronage.
Good. Thankfully, I earn plenty these days.
Oh, but of course, tax collection is difficult work.
Sorry. I need to think about it.
Now, who else is behind on payments?
Should I close early?
Let me think.
It's not like I'll get any.
Yes, the trade association clique still needs to be brought into line.
He's getting further and further away!
What was that sound?
Shh! Quiet! Don't let him find us! Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure! He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little! Huh? Where'd he go?
Dang it.
He was right there a moment ago. Seems he disappeared in a blink of an eye. If only we made less noise.
Okay, so we're doing the exact same thing again. Great.
Keijiro!
After him!
Could have sworn we would have gotten away with that.
He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little.
Should I close early? It's not like I'll get any customers.
Too close! That's too close! He'll notice
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
All the better thanks to your generous patronage.
Good. Thankfully, I earn plenty these days.
Oh, but of course, tax collection is difficult work.
Now, who else is behind on payments? Let me think. Yes, the Trade Association clique still needs to be brought into line. What was that sound?
Shh! Quiet! Don't let him find us! Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure! He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little!
There we go.
What could he be doing at a place like this?
It looked like he buried something over there, didn't it? Why don't we take a look? Whoa, it's a ledger. Boring! Paimon thought he'd hidden a big pile of Mora here.
Even if we did find more, we would give it to the Trade Association.
Yeah.
Let me take a look here. Aha, yes! This is what we're looking for. A clear and complete record of every single transaction, each one proof of his guilt.
Great! Well, now we have our hard evidence. Let's go tell Karisu the good news, shall we?
I'll say goodbye to you here then.
Huh? You aren't gonna come with us?
I need a little more time before I'm ready to face the head of the association. I'm sorry.
Huh. Poor Werner's a pretty awkward guy, huh?
But we really don't have anything left. If this keeps up, our sales will come in at a loss. There'll be nothing left for us to do but starve.
You know the decree. The rules are the rules. No discounts, no exceptions, and no excuses.
You're the one making mockery of the rules here, Kyojo.
And who are you? Another new member of the association?
It just so happens that we found your little ledger, so now we're here to tell everyone all about how you embezzled crystal marrow to sell it right back to the taxpayers.
Huh? Is this true?
You've been swindling us!
Well, you see, the taxes,
Let me take a look at the ledger. Well, would you look at that? Every payment the association has made is right here in your personal ledger. So, Mr. Keijiro, it seems you have some explaining to do. How shall we settle this,
So you think you can use this against me, do you? It's quite obvious that I'm merely trying to earn a modest living for myself, like anyone else.
Word has it that Samurai and the Commission place great importance on reputation and prestige. Though I'm sure Commission members won't blame you once word gets out.
Huh? Is that a threat? Are you threatening me?
No, not at all. I'm simply stating that it would be quite a pity if an illustrious gentleman such as yourself were to have their reputation tarnished.
Well, even if what you say is true, what do you suggest we do about it?
I believe you still have a quantity of crystal marrow in your possession, correct? Perhaps that crystal marrow could be used as compensation for the recent tax hike, and us merchants could finally have some more breathing room.
Is that it?
Do you have any idea the hoops I had to jump through to get the crystal marrow and keep it hidden? Fine. In that case, I'll send it over to you today.
And not even an ounce of shame for his actions.
So that's it? My shop's been closed for weeks now. I've even had to ask my friends to help bail me out. What about my losses?
Come on, Harrison. We've already struck a good deal here.
I'm sick of being pushed around like this. I won't let him off so easily.
Harrison!
Hey, what's all this racket? Does someone dare question the decree?
Ah, Chief, you've arrived.
What was all the commotion I heard just now?
Oh, we were just discussing a minor tax issue. I do my utmost to lend them a helping hand, but they're never grateful.
A helping hand? The only thing you're doing is stuffing your greedy pockets with our hard-earned wealth. I assure you that Hirage Shinsuke will hear of this.
Oh, and you dare to utter the Commissioner's name. You Outlanders have no respect for the rules. Seize the merchants. We will resolve this dispute back at headquarters.
Uh-oh. This is going in a bad direction.
Gentlemen, come now. Is there any need for this? If there's a dispute to resolve, let's get a drink and talk it over.
Who are you supposed to be? And why in my right mind would I join you for a drink?
Ha! You never heard of the Fixer?
Context, Paimon. Context.
Here's my card.
Huh. You're from the Yashiro Commission.
Shh.
Huh. Well, this is Kanjo Commission territory. However powerful the Yashiro Commission may be, you have no business meddling in Rito's affairs.
Of course not, of course not. Still, perhaps you could show the young lady...
Oh. They don't know why that cut off. But there's the dialogue.
Our clan some courtesy. You wouldn't want your name showing up in a petition to the Shogun, would you?
That fan. The Shirasagi Himegimi. I don't need any trouble with her. Okay, let's forget all this. It'll give us one less thing to worry about.
But, Chief!
Enough! We're leaving.
Let's get dinner one day soon, gentlemen. My treat, I insist. No response, huh? I suppose that bridge is well and truly burned then.
Thank you so much, Toma. But I'm sorry your relationship with the Kanjo Commission had to suffer for our sake.
Hey, I was joking. It's a small price to pay, and you're more than welcome. If there's anyone you should be thanking, it's the Traveler. She's the one who found a way to turn things around. If nothing else, I'm sure the tax collection Ashigaru will tread a little more carefully in the future.
Paula? What was all that?
Shh, not here. Too many people listening. Let's move somewhere else.
Well, on that note, I'd like to thank you all for watching this video. I hope you've all enjoyed it. I hope you like and subscribe, and have a great day.